99X, it's Barnes and Leslie. It's Halloween, Leslie.
I know, you're talking in your Halloween voice.
Are you scared? You should be. And fear is something that is just part of society, but have you ever thought about diving into fear?
They say you're supposed to face your fears, which I've never done.
Well,
so it'd be nice to talk to someone.
Our next guest has more degrees than you have Diet Cokes in your fridge. Dr. Mary Poffenroth. Did I say that right?
It was real close, but yeah, it's very Harry Potter sounding. So yeah, Poffenroth, but no worries at all. Yeah, yes.
Do people say Mary Poppins? No, I'm sorry.
All the time. No, all the time.
Okay, now that I've screwed that up, so you have how many master's degrees?
I have 3. So 3 master's degrees, and I just kept collecting them. I love student debt, and I couldn't get enough. So I would just like Pokemon cards. Just
And what is your official job title?
So I am faculty at San Jose State University,
okay.
And my background is in biopsychology research.
And you are a fear science expert. How do you become a fear science expert?
Well, you live life scared, and you try to do something about it. It's kind of an interdisciplinary. It's really the paradox of fear and courage, not to get more fear, but to learn how we can have tools to navigate through our totally normal, non-shameful, it's just part of everyday life, being a human, sensations of fear, so that we can get through those sensations faster, because what we want is always on the other side of fear.
Now, I know you have a book out there called Brave New You, and the fear topic I would love to go and be in your class, but since we have you here now, how do phobias develop? Like, how do people get, like, for me, it's fear of the ocean, because one time I saw a shark attack as a kid in Corpus Christi, Texas.
Oh, wow.
And so I don't know if that is the only thing that makes me have that fear, but how do phobias, and there are a million of them, how do they happen?
Yeah. Well, this is a great preface. So for my work, I work in non-clinical side of fear. So phobias is more kind of the clinical side, where the best way to support those types of things is in a office setting. But in a general way, when you have a traumatic experience like that, it sticks with you, right? And the triggers for you are going to be different than the triggers for me, are going to be different than the triggers for Leslie. And that's right. Because we all have a different, life path and everything that's happened. I'm afraid of sharks even in like swimming pools because of Jaws. Like seeing Jaws as a kid, which is a totally not, I shouldn't be traumatized by Jaws, but many people are.
So media has its place in developing fear.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. The stories that we tell ourselves that we're being told by our families and our communities, and the stories that we're being told by the media all influence. Our brain experiences them all the same. Whether we see a, really violent, scary movie, or we see that in real life, our brain has a really hard time making like the difference between those in memories. So media has a huge impact on how we experience fear.
What are the most common fears? Because you see a lot of people and you help a lot of people.
If you were to ask people, like if we were doing a man on the street and taking a mic and being like, so what is your greatest fear? People will initially say things that are outside of themselves because they're easy, right? The big ones, the spiders, the clowns, taxes, right? Those are the things that people are going to say immediately.
Right.
But really the insidious fears that I try and help people navigate are the internal ones. The ones that we don't easily share unless it's somebody that we're really close to. And if we were to take all the different things that we're afraid of, we could put them into 2 really kind of rough, generalized buckets. Either fear of not being enough or fear of losing control. And when we start to think about all these different things that we're afraid of, even the act of deciding, okay, this one thing, which bucket can I place that into? That can already decrease our fear. It can help to calm the fear center, the amygdala part of the brain, and it helps us to feel more in control. And through my neurohacks throughout the book, it's really tools like this that I try and teach people. So when they're just going about their everyday, doing life, they can have these in their back pocket, in their toolbox that they can use anytime, anywhere.
Dr. Mary Poffenroth, that's it, right?
Yes. That's perfect.
Is here. She's a fear science expert. And, the most obvious question of them all is why do Americans love Halloween? What is it that's the draw besides dressing up in slutty costumes? What else? What is the psychological reason? Like, why do we love it?
Well, when we get scared in a safe way, there's a couple of different kind of benefits that we get from this. One is that we get to kind of like role play what we would do in that situation. For me, I know exactly what I'm going to do in the zombie apocalypse. I know how I'm going to escape my house. I know that I want to kind of go with the first wave. Like, I don't want to be in year 5 of zombie apocalypse. No thanks. I just fighting over Twinkie, not exciting to me. So I already know that. I can play that out in my head. And so that makes me feel safer. That makes my amygdala feel safer. Another reason is that what I call kind of danger bonding, which is not trauma bonding, which has become a really fun word passed around on the memes. But danger bonding, like the more extreme example would be you have a platoon of soldiers, they go through war together, and after they're best friends for life because they have this deep experience of something really scary that they journeyed through together, and it has bonded them forever. You can get a lighter version of that by going to a scary movie with your friends and loved ones, that you've gone through this scary journey together and you've come out the other side stronger, and it actually will bond you. Yes. And so first date ideas.
On Halloween, have you ever gone as Lisa Loeb?
No.
Nobody can see Dr. Poffenroth, but she looks exactly like Lisa Loeb, just FYI.
It's a compliment.
No, I love Lisa Loeb. Yeah, no. I guess because Halloween's supposed to be something you're not every day, so maybe I never really thought about it. But I love it.
Well, horror, the genre alone is so big, and I avoid all those Saw movies and, Freddy and everything. Yeah. But the genre is huge. And would you say that's the same thing, that people love this genre because of bonding, or what else could it be?
I'll give you lots of things. Humans are so diverse in, like for me, I like spooky. Give me some, Addams Family. Give me some mystery. I don't like things like Saw or
like gore
or like gore porn.
Yeah, the slasher.
Yeah, like slasher stuff.
Gore porn.
Yeah, like that's. Okay. I mean, some people call it that. Like that's not my jam.
Yeah.
And there's many things that you could derive. We go and consume media because we enjoy it, right? So at the base of any media, we're doing it because we enjoy it, or we're forced into it, but we're doing it because someone we love enjoys it. Like the 17th time you've heard Baby Shark or something, you're doing it because somebody else loves it. But if you're going to a scary movie, there's something that you enjoy, and that could be not necessarily that playing around with these fear-driven topics like that. Sometimes it can give an opportunity for people to talk about tough things like murder or loss or things like that. But some people just like to watch gory stuff, and that's how they get their jollies. And hey,
and they get those the feels that you're talking about.
Yeah. So to each their own. But I'm with you, Leslie. I'm not into the I cover my eyes. I'm like, no.
Well, tonight, just be careful tonight, because you're going to get all those illusions of people surrounding your house, and they're in your trees and they're whatever. If you need to face it, Brave New You is the book. Dr. Mary Poffenroth, a fear science expert. You can find it everywhere. Thanks for joining us on Halloween.
Yes, thank you so much.
The Morning X with Barnes and Leslie.
They aren't scary.
99X.